disclaimer, I try to record this video, but I don't have any storage. So I said, hey, what the heck? Let's just go live and get other people's input on this. Maybe I'm going too far. So I was listening. Let's just get right into the video. So I was listening to this video in my feeds by More Black Volume or Volume, and it say, let's click on something very strange is happening. Hold up, it gave me an ad. Okay, so this the video I was listening to. Let me pause it. Something very strange is happening with Gucci Mane and his wife, and the person is Black Ballion, or is it Black Ballion? Okay, so let's go back to where I left off at.
Episodes that Gucci has supposedly been having. Even
let's just take it red. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. I'm gonna skip his little intro part.
And his wife did on the Breakfast Club. This is another tweet from Nicki Minaj.
So first, I'm gonna stop. He gonna be reading this tweet that Nicki posted. I do not know when Nicki posted this, and if she just posted this, this is like alignment right now. So look, this has been a conspiracy for so long. These things that I'm gonna say is alleged. I'm not sure if it's correct. I'm just gonna react and give y'all my input on what I feel like is happening, because this is we in a alignment right now. It's time of exposure, and a lot of things got swept under the rug, allegedly YouTube. So let's just listen to what he got to say first.
We have to take a listen to the recent interview that Gucci and his wife did on the Breakfast Club. Now, unfortunately, gonna have to cover up the interview. As always, Breakfast Club will copyright it. But
hey, I'm gonna say that too. I'm gonna add this in this video. I noticed that a lot of videos I react to, I said this too. A lot of videos I react to, they don't copyright you for it, but noticing when you speaking on topics that's real sensitive, you get copyrighted for things that you're reacting to, which is crazy. YouTube shouldn't even take it personal, especially if you reacting to it. But here we go.
Y'all gotta listen to this. Just real quick on this tweet. Nicki said, Gucci wife been trying to be me for years. Been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Anthony. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now. Charlemagne the fraud, Jay-Z friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting boys.
So I'm gonna say this because I believe Nicki, because we all know Nicki Minaj and Gucci started out. I know this lady got high respect for Gucci Mane, but because I see the direction of her life and how people are campaigning her, she's being sarcastic with saying this. This is not an indirect blow. This is my opinion. This is not an indirect blow being shady towards Gucci. This is not a conspiracy no more, YouTube. Everybody was saying this when Gucci came out, man. That's a clone. His close family members were saying this. You got people that went to jail with him. I even met a couple people that said they was in jail with Gucci, and the claims they said align with what all these other people are saying. So hold up, don't shoot the messenger.
Families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet.
To my chosen ones,
really
the ones that's being targeted, stay on this, because I got a point I'm finna prove with this. And if what they saying in the comments about Nicki Minaj, yeah, I read comments. This what made me jump on here and stop to say, hold up, let me give my live intake on this motherfucker. So if anybody come towards Nicki, trying to bother Nicki because of the claims and allegations she's saying, it's gonna prove her point that a lot of celebrities are being targeted. They're gonna prove her point that a lot of people are being sabotaged. It's gonna prove her point if you try to throw her, like somebody said, if Nicki don't be quiet, they're gonna she gonna be like Kanye, and they gonna put her in the mental institution. No. See, we in a world of evolvement, right? You two, we noticing these tactics. We see it now. It's not like how it was in Kanye era when Kanye got out and started screaming the truth to people, and everybody labeled him as mentally unstable. This is a tactic they use to discredit people and whatever they say. Hold up, but that's just my opinion.
And who I really am. Y'all wanted attention? Let's do it. All right.
Shout out, first of all, shout out to Gucci. I have mad respect for Gucci, so this ain't no shade. I'ma just be straightforward to it. I wish Nicki would have said that, because I know she got respect for him, because now the trolls are trolling like she being disrespectful towards him. No, because we as a whole, we want to know what really happened, because how we gonna just say it in the beginning of this live. What happened to those allegations of people saying the guards took him out in prison? Because in Miami, on every underground radio station, that was leaked everywhere, and then it got scrubbed like it never happened.
It has sparked the rumor or conspiracies, whatever you want to call it again. She said Gucci.
I know they may put me in the mental institution too, but just like Nicki, see, you don't gotta have money sometimes to have these people looking out for you, watching these tactics. It's gonna prove. Then here we go. They're gonna prove my point, and everything that I said was accurate. They're gonna prove my point by coming to touch. See, it's this the difference between the now and then. People were more scared as a whole to speak on the truth, because they know they're gonna throw them in the mental institution. They know we hear these in the grapevine, so you steer from speaking up, but you don't realize it's all about you. What happens when you evolve and you can no longer walk amongst your loved ones and have your alliances help them out in situations you can't help them from that? Especially you're not teaching them to be spiritually enlightened to see things, so you definitely can't guide them from afar like my ancestors do. So here we go. We in alignment.
Wife is there to keep him sedated, meaning she has been his handler the way we have thought this entire time.
Do I think Keisha Kaur is Gucci's handler? I don't know. I'm not gonna join the bandwagon and tell you just because I heard Nicki say it. I don't know. If you ask me, I feel like both of them are being handled. But here we go.
The entire time. Wait.
Sorry, but that's just my opinion.
Stepping down? Nah.
And then people say this is mental illness, but then we need to study this more now then, if that's the case, because what I'm seeing is that a lot of these labels are being abused. Oh, this is a concern. These labels, a lot of these people are being slapped with labels, first of all, that don't even make sense. Second of all, most of these labels y'all using was made up to cover up Stockholm Syndrome, but this is alleged. These are my opinions. A lot of these, when you guys research Stockholm Syndrome, a lot of those labels along with Stockholm Syndrome was classified as inhumane because there was a research study. A lot of these military operations like Operation Paperclip was being used amongst citizens, and now that has gotten into the hands of people that are, oh yeah, hold up. I think I'm going too far.
And now the reason we have to listen to this breakfast
chosen ones, targeted individuals, follow me on this.
You just type in Gucci's name and Gucci and his wife. Every article is about Gucci coming out and admitting that he was diagnosed.
Again, schizophrenia was in my opinion, allegedly made up to cover up Stockholm Syndrome. So what does that mean? Schizophrenia is not even a thing.
Being schizophrenic.
So if anybody notice that they use these made up ones, very, very likely they use it to cover up. You got to dig in deep. So now to the researchers, because yeah, we got researchers watching my videos, to the researchers that's researching this, look into all of the cases of people being labeled as schizophrenic or bipolar, because actually we've in the now knowing that bipolar mimics autism.
And I think even bipolar.
The angels with me on this. Y'all follow me.
On the Breakfast Club interview, they go on to talk about these episodes.
The reason mainly they use these and they created these mainly to discredit what a person say. Notice that these labels are like certain are mimicking personality traits so that they could say, hey, what she said, she wasn't in her right state of mind. What he did, he wasn't in his right state of mind, when really these people are experiencing systematic issues that are created that way in the first place. So that therefore those situations need to be documented itself.
Supposedly been having even before the clone rumors or before he went to jail and got out.
So, and it's another reason why these clone conspiracy allegations need to be looked into, because the fact that a lot of the DNA of these people allegedly, when they before they even clone the person, because they need the DNA to even clone someone. Yes, and cloning is a thing. Dolly the sheep wasn't just a thing. It wasn't just a hearsay thing. It was actually done. So therefore we got to stop pretending that this not happening, because we're allowing this to happen in our real lives. So therefore, guess what? These clone conspiracies aren't conspiracies at all, but this is alleged.
Like this, we have to hear it, because
what am I going with this? What do I mean about that? That means that a lot of people's DNA allegedly is being used. Oh, but we knew that.
It sounds like her job was to control Gucci and make sure he is processing whatever.
Do I think that Gucci Mane is clone? I think more of a real actual person than a clone. Yes, I do know that people are clones, so I'm not saying that it's a conspiracy of clones, but I don't think that Gucci per se is a clone. I believe that Gucci is a person with hella surgery, the new Gucci. This is alleged.
All right, like, even we're not here to question if cloning is real.
Oh,
remember that.
the angel's with me on this.
Real. Even if somehow this is not an imposter of Gucci, which I know this guy to the left right here is not Gucci. I cannot stress this enough. I'm willing to fight over this right here. I'm willing to fight over this. The dude to the left right here on the screen is not Gucci. That is not an egghead. The jaw is bigger. Everything is bigger. I don't care. Gucci would have the old Gucci.
Okay,
never grown a beard.
Speaking of, so let's get the people of this program another take and back to the drawing board. See, one thing we know about Gucci, a lot of these things are being marked, and this is why it need to be talked about. People got to stop being in fearmonger, you know, allowing it to control their thoughts, because that's what this operation does. It controls the masses as a whole and their decisions. So this is why it needs to be studied more. So the thing is, right? Gucci is being mocked. This is why it's important to the people who love Gucci. Oh yeah, the people who really love him, right? This guy is being mocked with his lifestyle, with everything he do. It's like a slap in his face. There's a couple of artists. Shout out to Soulja Boy. It's a lot of you being like Orlando Brown right now. Speaking in codes, right? So Gucci said a lot of things that he would have never done. Soon as he got out, this is why people started noticing right away. This is how the program operate in real life. They like to prove a point. They got messy. They like to prove a point to the person that's being strategically sabotaged. They have to show you. So by them having to show you, we talking about the alliance, of course. They do things personally to show you these things. So this is what they did as a whole with Gucci to prove a point to him, mocking him. They couldn't stand him that much. That the tight clothes, that was one thing he said he would never do. Joining alliances with the C7A1 whole organization, y'all know what I mean, the LGBT. That's something he said he would never do. And even though he said he had respect, those are things he's being mocked with. Wearing small tight chains when designers, yeah, we gonna take it that far. We're allowing the angels to use us. These designers, this guy said he would never work with, down to the type of clothing he wear that he said he would never do, and he said it loud in interviews, and it was being mocked so quick, so fast, and back to back. This is how we knew, to the researchers who don't know. This is how a lot of people who couldn't miss this didn't miss this, because it was being blatantly thrown in a mass, a mass way. Because it was like a fearmonger tactic, and people thought it was trendy. It was promoting healthy living. It was the complete opposite. Oh, but I think I'm going too far. Let's finish.
Like this. I don't even think the old Gucci could have grown a beard like this.
And
Just
he
look
even
at this
spoke
dude.
of, this was another mockery. Think the angel said, hey, something you forgot. This was something that this guy talked about, that he couldn't grow a beard. And these guys put it in his face, and in our faces.
That ain't Gucci.
It was promoting
I don't care.
technology is better. Just like they finessed on the ancestors. Technology is better. Here you go, boys.
Very important to listen to this interview because she basically tells you she's his hand.
You know what? I'm more
without her.
disappointed in the community of people that misses this, because just it shows that you are more vulnerable than you think.
You know, we probably would have been bust this wide open. He probably would have told us himself. Remember, the CIA came out and said that Gucci.
Let's pause on that because that's important. What's really funny is that people miss this and think that it won't happen when it happens so many times in our faces. The fact that people will say, oh, he's not influential enough for the whole CIA allegedly, because it's not the whole CIA who's involved with this. And I must say that because I was once upon a time of a lifetime thought that the whole FBI, the whole CIA was targeting citizens because I saw them targeting me. But it's not that. It's a whole brotherhood organization that's affiliated with this mob, just like they did with the Trail of Tears with those ancestors of mine, those Seminole and Cherokee and Creek nations. They tricked them. Hey, technology is better if you don't do this. I'm gonna take this. They use it in the music industry. This is why it's important. This is why we got a bunch of angry spirits amongst us that's tricked off the globe, like Mama Nancy. You know, I'm going too far, y'all. But this is what we should know.
When in the hell do the CIA get him? The CIA
research Stockholm syndrome for the people watching.
Responding to stuff happening.
Why does it matter to you? Because right now we in the knowing of getting this whole organization abolished, right? To the people, going back to that comment I read about Nicki Minaj, right? See, we in the knowing of getting this program abolished, and it affects your future. It affects your children's future, because once you evolve and you're no longer on this rim, you can't protect them from afar. Once you cross over, you won't have this alliance for the brotherhood. This is for you. Once you cross over, all these alliances you make, they won't make sense in your next room. They can't protect you like they protect you here. So this is the time. This is the knowing. This is the time to make peace.
You know, like
that message was for the brotherhood, because I know they moving on me. Like y'all just, the agent posted that in the comments that they're gonna put Nicki in the mental facility. It's funny because I'm exposing this, I'm getting threats of being put in the mental facility. But guess what? Because that's the route they trying to go. But see, look, I got people watching me just like they watching Nicki. This gonna prove our point. So go ahead, put us in there. It don't matter how long you keep us there. It's gonna be worse for you. And plus, there's people like me that's in alliance with their ancestors, right? Those powerful ones, the Mother Nature ones. They're angry with you in your alliance. And see, some of your ancestors, this is for the brotherhood. Some of your ancestors, they in the rim fighting for their freedom. Yeah, free my people now. And they can't fight for you, and no longer fight for themselves, because now in that realm they don't have their brotherhood to help them up. They're amongst ones that was corruptedly taken from their own existence and taken off of their path to create their wrongs in their lifetime. And your forefathers, they held them down over power reasons. They constructed structures to hold them down and help elevate themselves, and therefore they wishing that you could change your ways and your way of living to help them transcend. But until then, everything you do affects them. But see, I'm here to tell you the truth because you don't know better.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say. Look, before I start going off crazy about everything, let's get into this.
I feel like I carry the charm. This for my target ones and my chosen ones, y'all. I feel like I carry the charm since I got their attention so bad, to help them rethink their decisions, to let my people go. In those words, they can finally see that their deeds in life, not the fake ones, the real deeds, the energetic ones. It matters to their ancestors in the rim, stuck fighting, praying. That's their judgment day.
Let's watch some of the interview. Then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna talk about this.
Imagine their great grandfathers and their forefathers praying to them in their dreams that come true and say, I've been warning you. I taught you wrong. I didn't know better. I'm burning, son.
This is the time to share the story, because most people will say, like, you know, I don't want to share that story. It might be embarrassing. It might make me look this way, but you were open and completely open about it. What got you to that point was like,
to the Shriners,
When I had an episode
and the brothers of the land that was inherited stolen ones. It's your time to make amends and make peace for your loved ones. How does that feel to know that that's the truth?
around COVID.
Since we're in the era of alignment, right?
Really just
Power, having too much power will put you where the devil is.
My health, I don't never want to have an episode again. I'm like, I'm see
one man should never process power over another one when you're supposed to be here to help one another. They're not helping each other because they definitely not helping their loved ones.
I kind of like,
hey, this needs to be said. Like, you know, so again, we listen to more Black Valium on YouTube.
My wife was pregnant with my little boy, and I'm like, I don't want to raise a family.
And we listening to Gucci, right?
And then my mental health gone. What if I have an episode I can't come back from? You know what I'm saying?
What does this prove? This proves that schizophrenia, bipolar, because they labeled this. I noticed that they doing this a lot with a lot of these celebrities that's been taken out, like the Tyra Spalding. We're gonna keep screaming her name, right? Because she spoke about this alliance. A lot of labels were created just for this reason right here. It needs to be studied. So we're gonna talk about Gucci in this one, since we campaigning schizophrenia.
Started seeking the help. Hey, Keisha, I'm glad you're here, because we always have conversations about the people who have to deal with the individuals with the
it's funny they chose schizophrenia to play with, when wasn't this a long time ago said about Nicki Minaj, right? They said this. So this tell you that they label these certain people these things so that in case they speak out or say something, may have said something at some point for that therapist to even say that. So that means this therapist that gave them this label needs to be studied as well. They need to be investigated, is a real word. They need to be investigated and question, why did you label her a label and a diagnosis that was made to create it to cover for Stockholm syndrome? Because what this shows is that those labels that was classified inhumane was never abolished. They was just reclassified and renamed, just like the Brotherhood was once KKK. This is allegedly, right? They was once a part of the Brotherhood when they formed these alliances. That's what I talked about, those my ancestors that was tricked off and enslaved their own. They was tricked to do this. I see a lot of people in comments say, well, the native people, they slaved each other. But we never talk about the fact that they were forced to. Their territories were being jeopardized. They were forced to do these things. And I'm seeing a lot of celebrities, a lot of agents in the comments doing the same things our forefathers did. But see, they didn't know no better. I'm here to speak for mine, though.
It feels like nobody ever speaks to y'all.
It's tough.
What made you not run? Because you could have ran. You could have been like, I'm out. Nah, this ain't for me. But you stood 10 toes down and said, I'm going.
I experienced him going through episodes before
But see,
we were married.
this proves my point. I made a video and I said this. A lot of people, this went over their heads. And I tried to explain this. But see, I'm going to get more precise in this one, because this was about land. This started exactly around the time when the natives, because see, look, a lot of people, we get into these PR stunts, just like a Biggie and Tupac. They did this with the Native Americans. Native is native to the land. You could be from Africa and be native to that land. But what people fail to realize is that we're all the same. We're all different tribes, Africans, and this is why, if you notice, they said it was important for the natives to have different separate. You had the Birdman, you had you had these different labels for different reasons, and they didn't want you to segregate, mix breed for a reason, because I'm getting too deep on this one. But see, the reason they did that was to study them up close. They gave them experimental drugs, alcohol. They gave them all these things to see what happened, and it's still being done to this day with the labels. They give us all these labels and to see how you react, because they know we were all mixed breded. This goes over a lot of people's head. It was about the land, because these tribal people, it was important that they ate a certain way, they lived a certain way. This needs to be talked about, since we got Trump and everybody trying to make it right. It's time to make peace. They messed up messed it up for the descendants that came behind these people, because now their lives have been stripped, and it's continuing to happen. See, now you may say, why would they clone Gucci? Why would they clone Soulja Boy? Why would they why would they do all of this? It's because they have a mass following, and they want to control a certain way that people go, because they trying to get a certain outcome. And I'm seeing it play out online. You got all these agents directing certain mindsets in people's minds to tell you certain things, to implant certain things on people when they have the blueprint already. These labels were already set aside. I think I'm going too far.
Somebody got to help this guy. It was really, really bad. It's really sad because you're seeing someone you don't know.
Here we go. She said you were seeing someone you don't know. So this is why I'm saying I don't think that Keisha Kaora is his handler. I think that they're both being handled.
Saying things to you that are disrespectful, so mean, and you have to just like, but I'm not talking to Gucci. Who is this person? Right?
Stop right there, because you said something I say all the time, and I won't say my girl's dad's name, but I'm gonna say this to justify him in his situation when he went to the feds, y'all. See, look, when my this is why I try to not take things lightly in this you know, with our situation today. And I think about things before I say it, and I think about things after he said it. And for a reason, I'm taking it this route. But y'all, my girl's dad used to call himself Gucci. He was big on Gucci. He got a fake charge, facing 20 years right after I got my amniocentesis. I gotta say it like that. Right before I got my amniocentesis and asking me to terminate my child. I got, just not gonna get it too deep into that. My girl's dad was facing 20 years, and I noticed that these agents wanted to talk to me. They wanted to talk to me for some reason, y'all. But I noticed, skipping a lot, I noticed that the dude was different right after they had him in a holding cell for months. They wouldn't let none of us see him. They was similar to it was going on the same time, y'all. He went in the same time Gucci went out. Follow me. This, I know they may come pick me up in the morning after saying this, but I gotta get it out and get it somewhere. Y'all scream quote what I'm saying, because it's facts. So mind you, they in there at the same time. Mind you, I even remember him saying he saw him while he was in there. I'm just going back to all of this shit. One day, out of nowhere, they sent my girl's dad dreads in the mail, and I'm like, the letter didn't sound like him. Not only did the letter not sound him, he would never cut off his locks. And the notes, the directions, that person, because it wasn't my girl's dad who told me to do that, because I remember sitting there, 19-year-old me, like, this don't sound like him. But anyway, they told me to put the locks under my pillow, right? And told me to read a certain passage in the Bible to my daughter. And I'm like, since when this dude got so spiritual like this? Since when this dude got so, I'm saying it's no shade to my girl's dad. I'm really justifying, because I really feel like something happened. So follow me. Right after that, this dude get locked in some type of infirmary, holding cell, whatever they were saying when we was calling the whole family. We all calling, like, why we can't talk to him. We was going down there to go see him. They was turning us around. This dude get out of nowhere, out of jail, facing 20 years, y'all. He get out of nowhere. He went in skinny, same like fucking Gucci, and he got out first, y'all. It's like they released, no, I think they did it the opposite. They released my girl's dad first. I remember as soon as he got out, the difference, he started beating on me. He never did that before. He started to talk in circles and riddles, like he didn't even know who the fuck I was. Not only that, I heard the family members saying this too in the beginning. No shade, I'm not gonna say none of their name. I'm not throwing no blows. I respect all of them. But I know one of them, a few of them, if they do see this video, they're gonna say she got a point. Like, this dude went in skinny, just like Gucci, so many similarities. Got out, I'm talking about extremely huge, y'all, big belly, all that, and talking like he's rapping. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He had a handler, this agent looking guy with the Masonic ring on and the veteran looking swag on with the hat. Introduces me to himself pretty much soon as my girl's dad get out of prison. So skip a little bit. I tell him this all the time. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know what the fuck you did with my girl's dad. Not only that, he do a 360 every time I say certain things online. It's like a MKO. Nowadays I know how to use code words with people to get them to do stuff that they, like, I say some cold things to him about the brotherhood and I get a cat. Other than that, he don't do nothing, and that's not him. My girl's dad adore his children. My girl's dad he don't give a shit if we talk. He gonna be there for his children, and it's a total opposite. Those letters that I was sending him. This is another thing. This for Gucci family, y'all. Those letters I was sending him and he was sending me about his kids was not getting to me and was not getting to him. And I got all of those letters when he got out. Understand what I'm saying? I got all of those letters that we never got sent to me, and I just thought about it now, like, oh, I remember those letters that had forwarded on the packages that I got, and I really thought about what was said in those letters, and I'm like, hold up, something really happened to my girl's dad. So what I'm saying is, he would send a letter saying stuff like, when I get out, my kid's gonna be straight, and my daughter gonna be straight, and this and that type of stuff like that. And I was texting him vice versa stuff, though, only those letters. And it's like, I see the programming right then and there. It caused, from that right there, from that moment on, it caused a lot of confusion, especially while he was in there. It was keeping him in a sedative type of I don't know a questionable mindset, to the point to where he's out right now, and I'm seeing him. Y'all, I'm trying not to say too much without missing certain things, and I'm trying to prove a point with Gucci, because I really feel like these are actual people. It's not, and they use the MK Ultra software. See, look, this happening to a lot of people though. This happening to regular civilians, not just celebrities like Gucci. This is why it's so important. They use this stuff, right? This software to run a social experiment to see if they could create certain situations, making people do it themselves. Damn, I don't know if I'm getting to people. I see it though. I see it.
So I felt like if I left, he wouldn't have been the same. He needed someone to help him. And then when we were supposed to get married, someone said to me, you know, you're going to have to deal with this through your marriage, right? And I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm going to fix him. You know?
How heavy was that for you, though? Because the fixing isn't like an overnight thing.
No.
I saw Gucci, you did Big Facts, and you were talking about how one time.
See, I see what those comments were saying. I didn't get this far, but I noticed a lot of comments was saying, when she said that, she was literally saying that she was initiating him in a way. I guess that's the point. But I don't think that Keisha Kayor is his handler. Like I said, that's a proof of MK Ultra right there. Let me go back. That's MK. This is how I notice MK Ultra, y'all. I'm trying to get people hip to it so you can notice it and you can bypass shit. So let's listen to Keisha Kayor again, and I'm gonna give you a real live example of MK Ultra being used.
You stood 10 toes down and said, I'm going.
I experienced him going through episodes before we were married.
Hold up, you gotta listen to what he said too,
We always have
because
conversations
he initiated the MK Ultra.
about the people who have to deal with the individuals with the mental health issues. Nope, it feels like nobody ever speaks to y'all.
It's tough.
What made you not run? Because you could have ran. You could have been like, I'm out. Nah, this ain't for me. But you stood 10 toes down and said, I'm going.
I experienced him going through episodes before we were married, and I was like, man, somebody got to help this guy. It was really, really bad. It's really sad because you're seeing someone you don't know. They're saying things to you that are disrespectful, so mean, and you have to just like...
This is MK
but I'm not
Ultra.
talking to Gucci. Who is this person? Right. So I felt like if I left, he wouldn't have been the same. He needed someone to help him. And then when we were supposed to get married, someone said to me, you know, you're going to have to deal with this through your marriage, right? And I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm going to fix him. You know?
How heavy was that for you, though? Because the fixing isn't like an overnight thing.
No.
I saw Gucci, you did Big Facts, and you were talking about how one time you said to him, I should record this so that he can see, because he wouldn't even remember some of the things he was doing, but it would like...
Here we go.
You'd be like, oh my
She
God.
just said it.
What's happening right now?
Yeah.
How heavy was it in the process of trying to help him get back?
There was one point I had to just go on my knees and pray because it's like, he's like, I don't like you. I mean, the things he would say are really, really bad. and I just have to like take a deep breath. Like I said, I'm not talking to you right now.
I could get why people would think that Keisha it's because basically what she's saying. Hold on, I gotta see my car behind me. A bunch of people just they standing right there. So I'm gonna flip the camera and turn my light off, y'all. See, when I touch base on certain things like this, I get a lot of hella street theater in my life. So if y'all don't know what that is, y'all go ahead and research it. But this would keep me safe, me being alert and knowing the tactics so I can see them shits a mile away. And this what keep me alive, y'all. Because it's so important that we talk about this because they do things that could take my life. So here we go.
To be crazy alone, I'm not gonna allow you to be crazy alone.
Yeah.
Like I have to like set a plan up. Like at one point I called his attorney, I called some bodyguards, and I just planned a whole kidnap, and we kidnapped him and took him to the hospital because
MK Ultra right there. This is no longer this lady thought allegedly. These are no longer these they implant certain, see, they've evolved with the technology now that they can input certain sentences now versus just trigger words. This is no longer her mindset speaking for her. Listen to it. Watch this. Listen to what they say.
What's happening right now? Yeah. How heavy was it in the process of trying to help him get back?
there was one point I had to
Oh, hold up. You gotta
How
hear.
heavy was that for you though? Because the fixing isn't like a
Here we go.
thing.
No.
I saw Gucci